New era, new generation. These are just a few of the ways that we've seen Modern Warfare 2 and beyond being described so far back as the first official logo reveal for Modern Warfare 2, all the way up to this past Thursday when gameplay was showcased for the campaign of the game. But what do those terms mean? A few weeks back, we took a guess on what they may mean, but today we have some solid evidence and details about what it will entail. Today we're breaking down all that you need to know in regards to the new era, the new generation of Call of Duty, what's dubbed COD 2.0. As we go along, drop your thoughts down below. Are you interested in this new era of Call of Duty? Do you see the stuff as net positives, net negatives? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts. But if you enjoyed the video, you find it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on the video. And of course, if you're new to the channel, do be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay updated with all things Modern Warfare 2 and any and everything relating to it and the rest of the upcoming Call of Duty experiences in the coming weeks to months. We're chasing down 500,000 subscribers, so I'd love to have you in the community. And finally, in celebration of Modern Warfare 2's reveal, my friends at G Fuel have bumped up code Espresso to 30% off this weekend. So if you're interested in trying something out for the very first time, grabbing a restock, now is as best a time as any. Personally, my top 5 that I'd recommend are Pink Drip, the new Morbius Nectarine flavor, Hype Sauce, Strawberry Banana, and Starfruit. Can't go wrong with any of those, but if you're interested, check the link in the description below. But instead, let's jump right into this discussion on COD 2.0. While we had our theories and guesses as to what this actually may look like, turns out it's been detailed for us in full following Summer Games Fest, and also a little bit of a pre-briefing that myself and other creators and press had, with Infinity Ward giving some details behind the scenes for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, in this, we end up hearing that Modern Warfare 2 will usher in a new era for Call of Duty and the entire COD franchise. They're doing that via connected gameplay built on one unified engine, a new Warzone experience as an extension of that Modern Warfare 2 universe, Call of Duty's reintroduction to Steam, Warzone coming to mobile, Ricochet anti-cheat integration with Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0 at launch, and a standalone but uniform accessibility. So let's break all those down into a bit more depth, because there's a lot to them than just meets the eye. Now, for the shared engine across all games, this is probably going to be that one that is the biggest piece of that COD 2.0 pie, just because fundamentally speaking, it shapes the entirety of games going forward. When they state that Call of Duty will be connected via gameplay built on one unified engine, that's something that's pretty literal, but in a lot of ways, it's also not something that's new or such a novelty of thought. In fact, if you've played Vanguard at all, you'll know essentially what this looks like already, and if you've played any of the COD games before, older, you'll definitely have some understanding of it as well. While Vanguard was built entirely for the Modern Warfare engine, the sort of first direct crossover and correlation using the same tech and same engine uniformly, it's certainly not the first time. Even though they felt way different over the years, both Modern Warfare and the Black Ops franchises were built up over those years from the same base platform. Going as far back as the original Call of Duty, that game being built with the original id Tech 3 engine, but then it was only a leapfrog for modifications that then would make up the IW engine and the Treyarch NGL engines that we'd see for years to come. The only deviations that we'd see from COD 4 onward was the Sledgehammer engine developed in-house for Advanced Warfare, World War II, and both Modern Warfare Remastered experiences. Other than that, the revamped named IW 8.0 engine was what was the largest deviation in the engine and baseline of COD games that started in 2019, and that is now going to the baseline going forward for all games. But again, that doesn't necessarily mean that each studio won't have their own sort of identity in their games. We'll inevitably see deviations in art direction and feel over the years, but for the foreseeable future, the easiest way to kind of put it is that these won't deviate too far from, say, if you jump into Warzone, you can jump back to the next mainline, say, Treyarch game, and it won't feel like an entirely different game like Black Ops Cold War did versus Warzone. And also, I'd wager this makes life a bit easier on the developmental side as well, if a studio has to jump in and assist on another project, as we see basically all Activision-owned studios doing with every COD release. If you're all running the same tech, each toolset will be the same. There's no learning curve of something new. It's just pick up and complete. So both from a gameplay and efficiency and development perspective, that looks to be the goal. Now, as for engine overhauls, that's also something that will come along here with this, detailed in different mentions, but not specifically from these talking points. The engine overhauls are both graphical, environmentally speaking, and also with AI involved as well. Graphically speaking, this is one thing that was stressed in the graphical enhancements. I absolutely know and am with you that there were definitely some sequences in that reveal trailer and the campaign footage that we saw that you can absolutely question that, and that's valid. But what I will say is that that was pre-alpha footage, meaning that it's not just entirely polished, so perhaps texturing could be off, whatever. Modern Warfare 2019 was a pretty beautiful game, especially playing at like 4K with ultra settings on PC, so excited to see what else this has in store. Environmentally speaking, the water tech is one of those big things that they're really pushing in terms of talking points. Whether that's something that you care about at all, it seems like every single year there's one of those things that they really stress on, and water this year being one of them. Modern Warfare 2019, it was the audio engine, it was the animations in-game. But for this, it's something that, with swimming now being the first sort of entry point with this IW 8.0 and up engine, the first entry with water play that Infinity Ward's done since introducing this revamped engine, it's definitely something they want to show off. And finally speaking, the AI has been something that's been overhauled as well. Again, massive talking points from our pre-briefing, and I'm really curious to see how in-depth this goes. It may be something that also kind of adds a COD 2.0 effect to how people play. If there's bots in gameplay, if it's something that counts for your stats, it doesn't count, it just adds a sort of environmental hazard to gameplay. We don't quite know, but the AI is something that, again, engine-wise was overhauled greatly. Now, Warzone 2.0 has quite a few sub-talking points that we can touch on. Of course, firstly, it's going to be standalone. General Manager of Call of Duty, Joanna Ferris, ended up mentioning that there's going to be a standalone experience for the existing Warzone 1.0, it seems, and also as well 2.0. So whether that means we're finally going to be getting our own standalone application for Warzone as we know it right now as well, we'll see in time, but it kind of seems like that. But standalone offers a lot more in terms of potential for development, support, and everything going forward for both of those projects. Of course, Warzone Mobile is coming, that being a new way for Warzone players to experience the game, and also opening up into an absolutely massive market. Now, you or I may not care too much about mobile, but it's going to be something that for the first time, Warzone is on that incredibly large landscape for an absolutely massive audience to find. That new Warzone experience also being named as an extension of the Modern Warfare 2 universe, just like what we saw with Modern Warfare 2019, Warzone being an extension of that. It seems like they're going bigger and bolder here with this, making the Modern Warfare universe something that we can actually, as a long-term thing, invest our time into. And finally, in regards to Warzone, Ricochet will be coming with Warzone 2.0, which is phenomenal. Yes, I know there's plenty of debates that can be had of, is Ricochet really working? Is it something that is stopping all the cheaters? There's always going to be those guys that get through, but playing at some of the highest levels with my squad in terms of Warzone, I can tell you that we haven't seen nearly as many cheaters as we normally did back in the Verdansk days. I'll be the first to tell you that I am absolutely one of those people that when I'm in the heat of the moment, I absolutely think there's no way I lost that gunfight legitimately. But when I sit back, look at it, watch the kill cam, I'm like, okay, I got outplayed. Certainly there's still some engagements that I'm like, that's a little sus. But as far as seeing blatant cheaters, my squad used to see 3, 4, 5, 6 of those a night within Verdansk. Now we'll maybe see one worst case scenario, one every night per se. So while it won't deter every single cheater, it is nice that Ricochet will be coming along at the very launch of Warzone 2.0 and Modern Warfare 2. And rounding out those sort of talking points here that were given for COD 2.0, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 coming to Steam is something as well that will be absolutely massive for the overall accessibility of the game. I do think that this will be something that it just launches you to the BNet launcher. I think it'll just kind of be a sort of springboard, but it'll be interesting because that offers up a lot more people that will be willing to check out the game in that regard. Whether or not Warzone makes it, that'll be interesting to see. That hasn't been anything mentioned, but Steam is once again being a location that you can end up getting the game. Now, that also may be in part to right now the map editor rumor, something that sort of maybe sets the game up long term for a future of having a mod tools system where the workshop is utilized once again, but that's just all pure speculation. That said, that is the COD 2.0 effect that is being built out, essentially making Call of Duty one uniform experience going forward, or at least uniform to a degree. While a lot of people, myself included, would be like, just have every developer work on one kick-ass game, a sort of COD Mobile or COD Online for consoles, I'd love to see that, but this might be just kind of the closest we get to it, an overall annual release feeling with everything being uniform. But while officially speaking, that's all we sort of know right now about COD 2.0, I'm also not counting out our previous theories. Substantial generational differences here where the next generation of Call of Duty on PlayStation 5, Series X and S, and PC will be way better in terms of graphical fidelity versus PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. We know that those platforms will be supported, it's just a matter of how much it will differ from the current generation and the generation that it was built for. Also, I do think that with the fact of this being a 2-year support game, COD 2.0 absolutely could be something that refers to the content offering. How much we see at launch, how much we see going overall, and how much we see in each season. So that said, that's where we're at here though. That is COD 2.0 and everything that we know right now. There's a lot of cool things I think that for the future of Call of Duty, what this new era, this new generation of Call of Duty can offer. So looking forward to seeing what happens with it. But for now, that's where we're going to wrap it up. I would love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. Is there anything in particular that, again, you see as kind of net negatives, net positives, anything that you're really looking forward to? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts below. But if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare 2. We've got so much upcoming still, so make sure you stick it here on the channel and don't miss a single thing. That said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.